Welcome to 100 Yards of Football. It's our Sports Minute. I'm your host, Vincent Turner. And joining me today is my very talented producer who makes it happen week in and week out, Mr. Jeremiah Daniel Long. If you like the video, please comment and share it. And please subscribe to our page, 100 Yards of Football Sports Talk Radio. Jeremiah Smith is going to be the best wide receiver in college football this season in 2025. And I'm going to go a step further. He's probably going to be the best player every time he steps on the field. 6'3", 220 pounds, wide receiver position. When you're looking at the skill set, the speed, A+, the hands, A+, the size, A+, the strength, A+. That's why I got him as the best receiver going into this season. Last season, 76 receptions, almost 1,300 yards, 15 touchdowns, and averaging 17 yards a catch. But this what made me get up out of my seat for Jeremiah Smith, the college football playoffs. Against Tennessee, he put on the show. Against Oregon, he put on the show. And against Notre Dame, he put on the show. Texas slowed him down a little bit because they was triple teaming him. But when you look at this gentleman right here, there's been a lot of great football players that came through college football. But I've only seen maybe two that can go actually after their freshman season and become the #1 pick in the upcoming NFL draft. That was Earl Campbell back in '73 out of Tyler, Texas, and that was Herschel Walker out of Ricefield, Georgia. They're the only two college football players I've seen that could take their skill set right out of high school to the National Football League. And when you think about all the great receivers, and I was thinking about this last night, and I went back and I watched Mr. Smith playoff games, especially against Oregon, especially against my Tennessee Volunteers. I think about all the great receivers that's played at this level in college football. Julio Jones, Anthony Carter, Otis Taylor, Randy Moss. That's right, I'm throwing Otis Taylor in there and giving the swag some love. He played at Prairie View University, and he was nice there back in the 60s. Johnny Rogers, Hartley Lee Dates, the Ohio State himself, Mr. Chris Carter, and Calvin Johnson. I'm even throwing Carl Pickens and George Pickens and C.D. Lamb. I'm going to throw everybody in there. What the hell? But when you look at Jeremiah Smith, he's got that little bit, not as fast as Randy Moss, but he got the explosion like Julio Jones, who I just mentioned, and that athletic ability like Calvin Johnson. And I'm trying to figure out, how did he end up at Ohio State and he didn't go to the U or any school in the SEC? That NIL money must have been real great down at Ohio State. And then had some super football players in the history with Woody Hayes and the 68 sophomores. And you think about all these college football players that have been explosive at their position. I did mention Anthony Carter, right? And then I saw a gentleman when I was 22 years old. Let me say 21 years old. I was a senior at the University of Arkansas back home on a weekend visit. And I saw this gentleman. He was a little skinny kid at about 170 pounds. He was about 6'2", who ended up being the greatest receiver in Mississippi Valley State ever in the National Football League by the name of Jerry Rice. But I'm going to tell you about Jeremiah Smith. He's got a chance to be the greatest receiver that's ever played this game. That's how special this young man is. In Ohio State, you're very fortunate. And it's going to be an honor, a pleasure to see him put on the show every weekend and week out. So the first game coming up on Labor Day weekend against Texas, I hope that you better have a scheme like you did in the college football playoffs semifinal game, because he's going to be must-see TV. What a football player. The Ohio State Buckeyes. If you like the video, please comment and share it. Please subscribe to our YouTube page, 100 Yards of Football Sports Talk Radio. Special thanks to my producer, Jeremiah Long. And before I end this video today, I want to give some special people who's done a hell of a job in helping us grow 100 yards of football. We got one of the most talented teams in the country, starting with 11-year vet out of Colorado State, Mr. Harper LaBelle, former Atlanta Falcons. Thank you. To his son, I call him Baby LaBelle, Mr. Brian LaBelle. Thank you. To the man out there in California, Mr. Stephen Travers. I call him Travo, one of the greatest sports writers ever. USC in the house. And of course, to my man who making it happen throughout the week. We know him as Babyface, Mr. Logan Landis. Thank you. Thank you. And of course, to my business partner, much love, like a brother to me, Mr. Ronnie Keebler. And to my man with the greatest voice in all of social media, doing boxing, doing football games out of Lufkin, Texas, Mr. Mark Denham. I've been very blessed and I've been very, very grateful. And to my new team here, 100 Yards of Football, I would not be where I'm at if it wasn't for the talent I have around. Thank you, and be blessed. And thank y'all for watching the video today, the Sports Minute here on 100 Yards of Football. Boom.